And do these plums ever smell good? Sheesh! I've got to get these things out of my house. Alrighty. Well, now I'm sorting the green ones, the ones that are pretty darn hard, into this separate container. And these things are going straight into my house refrigerator. And then all of these are ripe or ready or a little bit damaged. So I will see what I can do with them. I'm almost thinking I might want to try to make some jam. I heard that plum jam is really good. Got some low sugar pectin. It's this stuff right here. And got some instructions. I think I'm going to give this thing a shot. Whoa, firecracker. At least I hope that's what it was. Anyway, I better go investigate. Thing out of order. Huh, weird. Anyway, with these green ones, I'm going to keep these in the deep freeze refrigerator. And if theory works out, I could very well have fresh plums in December or January. We shall see. I wanted to do this last year, but man, I had so much on my plate, I just didn't get around to it. Oh well. I think I'm going to try something radical. I'm going to attempt to make some jam. I got some plums that are damaged and very ripe, so I believe I'll be able to reutilize these or save them utilizing a jam recipe. So I think I will start sterilizing my tools and then I need to peel and de-pit 5 cups of plums according to the recipe. Alrighty. The recipe calls for 5 cups of plums, so it's that all the way to the top. And then if 2 cups is in a pint, that means that 5 cups of plums would fit into 3 containers, but I'm also putting in Splenda and maybe a little water too, so I will use 4 of these cups. I mean mason jars. So I'm starting the boiling process. This is a very thin thing, so the magnetic induction cooktop is having a little trouble with it, but it does seem to be heating up, so we'll go for it. Get down in there. Okay. Oops, sorry about my finger. Get those canning mason jars boiling, and then I'll just put the lids in the hot water after it's done boiling but still hot, because you're not supposed to boil the lids, so I hear. Okay, I will continue skinning and pitting these plums. I'm supposed to have enough water in here to cover the lid by like 1 inch or 2 deep, if I remember right. So I'll add a little water, hot water, so that it doesn't take too long to heat up the rest of the way. Alrighty. Back to heating up. Okay, got my plums all prepared. Now I'm adding a couple cups of water. It'll be different for whatever recipe you choose. And now I'm going to get this thing boiling. Alrighty. You're supposed to boil it rapidly for a minute. And I've got about 5 minutes left until my jars are sterilized. Then I'm going to add lemon and pectin and 5 cups of Splenda because I'm using low sugar pectin. Alrighty. Okay, I started boiling it, and the foam that the recipe described showed up. So I'm just going to blend it down a little bit with a hand blender. Okay. Then I'm going to add some butter. This is canned butter. If you're like a prepper, this stuff is really handy. I mean, it's good butter, but it's also shelf stable. I think that's highly cool. Okay, I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of butter. Okay, now I'm heating the jam back up, and the cans have been sterilizing for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to throw the lids in there. And those should sterilize down too. And now I'm supposed to rapidly boil this thing for like a minute. So I'll pop this thing up until it comes to a normal boil. Then you're supposed to be able to boil it, and it'll into a boil that you can't stir down. So it's going to continue boiling even as you stir it. I need to find something to stir with here. I think that'll work. Okay, this recipe called for like 7 tablespoons of pectin and like 9 teaspoons, but your recipe might be different. And I can feel it thickening up already. Now I'm going to stir in the Splenda. And then I'll bring it to that rapid boil that they talked about in the recipe. A rapid boil that you can't stir down. Oh man, it is already starting to thicken. Huh, go figure. I'm like a mad scientist here. Okay, now I'm supposed to take the jars out and set them on the towel for some strange ritualistic reason. Okay. Okay, minute is in progress, and it is stirring rapidly so that it's boiling rapidly enough so that you can't stir the boil down. About halfway through the minute here, and I realize now I should have sterilized a ladle when I did this job. Okay, time to pour this stuff in using my sterilized funnel. You're supposed to leave a 1/4 inch of head space for some reason. So here goes. Next time I'll sterilize a ladle. Darn it, it's messy. Okay, a touch more. All right. Next one. Okay, well, you get the idea. Okay, now you're supposed to take a little damp cloth, or a paper towel, I assume. Go around the rim. Just make sure you don't have any spill over. The idea is to give a clean sealing surface. And grab the first lid. Duh. Silly me. Grab it from the edge. That's more like it. Alrighty. I imagine this will go quicker in the future. Okay, now I'm supposed to put this on finger tight. The question is, how finger tight is finger tight? The rings, apparently they don't need to be sterilized, unless I misunderstood. Okay, I think they're ready. Now to, well, I don't know. Let me make sure I got these finger tight. Okay. Okay, finger tight. And into the water they go. Alright, now I'm supposed to process these things for 10 minutes, meaning boil it. And down they go. once it starts boiling, I will give it 10 minutes. And then they should be done. Generally, this magnetic induction cooktop, I installed it like, I think 2013. Anyway, it heats up pans really quick and boils water really quick, but the material on this canning contraption is pretty thin, and it doesn't want to take the full power. It just keeps cutting out. So I'm on 9 instead of boost. So here we go. It's my mistake. I forgot to add the cinnamon. That's one thing on the recipe. Oh, just like a teaspoon of cinnamon per jar. Darn it. Well, when you're doing something like this, have the recipe written out and right there so you can follow it. Don't just try to wing it, or you might forget something. Oh well, first time through. Alright, it's been boiling for 10 minutes. Shut that puppy off. Okay. Next step is to lift them out. And then this little thing will pop down if it's sealed up properly. Hey, it already popped. That's that one. You know, next time, this is mainly just an experimental thing. Next time I'm going to leave some of these skins on the plums, and I'm going to hand blend it, and then I'll have some purple in there, because as it is, it looks almost like apple. Oh, there goes another one. Alrighty. So I think we've got these two have popped. Excellent. And if any of them don't pop, you're supposed to just throw that in the fridge and use it right away. Supposedly they'll keep in the fridge for about 3 weeks, but I suspect longer. So next time I will have a printed sheet of a recipe right next to me as I'm doing this. Looks like looks like it's still boiling just a touch in there. That's not good. But it's still popped down. Okay. So next time around I'll have a sheet with my recipe right there. Oh, there goes another one popping. And then I will not forget the cinnamon, and I will also puree some of the skins and give it more of a purple plum look to it. Okay. Well, that's it. We got 3 of them popping. Okay. And then I guess in the morning I'll come out and see if the last one has popped. Okay, the jam, it's the next day and the jam is cold. All the lids have popped, and they should be preserved for the long term now, like for a year or so, according to theory. If there's any infection in there, or like bacteria that's still alive in there, like botulism or whatever, it will cause the gases, the pressure inside to expand to the point where the jar will explode. And to prevent that, you're supposed to take the rings off, and only the vacuum will keep the thing down, right? So So, and it'll keep it sealed. So if it actually is a bad seal, or if it's a bad if there's something still in it alive, then it'll expand and it'll just lift the lid off without exploding. And then it will just smell bad, and then you can know and remove the jar from your pantry. Okay, my recipe apparently didn't turn out very well. They're very uneven. This one here is pretty thick, and this one here is not thick at all. It's more like canned applesauce than jelly. Maybe it'll thicken up when it's in the fridge. Yeah, this one's sort of halfway. The thing is, I just poured the things in. Yeah, it didn't set up very well at all. Yeah, this is just a first attempt. So I will do better next time. And I'm going to follow a recipe much more firmly than I did now. I just sort of did it at a spontaneous thing. So now it's time to give it a taste. See how it tastes. Okay, which one am I going to open? Well, I think I'll open this one. Sure smells good. But yeah, next time around I'm going to leave the skins on. Yeah, it's very runny, much more runny than conventional jams. Yeah, this is what they call failing to set up. So, okay, this is definitely a failure, but I'll give it a taste anyway. I wonder if I can re-can this and change maybe add more pectin or something. Okay. Well, it's good, but it's more like plum sauce than jam. So I will call that a first attempt, but it is not optimal. But it is a way of preserving the harvest, and it requires no power once you have them canned. And they're good for about a year, they say, but other people have kept them for like 4 years and had no problem. So as soon as I can figure out how to do this right, you know, like all those apples I had last year, man, I could have made a ton of applesauce and canned it up like this. But I ended up just composting it because I just didn't have the time or the technology to do it right. So this is my first attempt at doing jam. It is a flat failure, but it's just a first step. I'm going to do it better next time. I'm going to try it next time with raspberries, I think, because I've got a ton of those in the freezer. Okay, later. On second thought, maybe this isn't a fail after all. This is some very tasty plum sauce. Yum, yum, yum. It may not be jam, but it is plum sauce. I am not entirely displeased. Okay, I'll do better next time, but man, that's not a fail after all. It's plum sauce rather than jam.